Namaste, Jai Bharat. This Open Society Foundation had been actively doing quite a few things. Open Society Foundation, which essentially belongs to George Soros. Many things what they do, not very explicitly but most implicitly, is something that one cannot take. We may not like it. But then nonetheless, there is this Open Society Foundation which is active. How, where, when needs to be seen. In the meantime, the Bangladesh Yunus guy, apparently this one report says that the US stops all the aid. Another report says that there's a possibility they will give aid, restart to do something. Nothing is very sure. This is precisely the situation in this world. Nothing is very sure. Of course, as it is nothing is very sure. But then many things are unclear. Many things that those happen around they're unclear. Many times when you think about these things, you get confused. And at times you feel like I don't want to know all these things, unnecessary things. You don't know which takes to where. So this kind of this is what should I call a funny kind of atmosphere happening around. So there's a narrative, this report saying that this Muhammad Yunus guy, Nobel Prize guy, had gone to meet possibly George Soros, but then had to be happy talking to his son Alexander Soros. It seems some other reports says that Alexander Soros also comes out in power, comes out in action. No one knows what is happening where. And there's someone reports with these reporters are also very interesting kind of people. Each one gives his own speculations because he has no other source of knowing. So upon tidbits and bits of information available, they make speculations. That's precisely what most other people do. And what they do is at times confuses us. Someone says that they would fund the Bangladesh from their own sources for some time if they're in dire need of money, which is a very strange phenomenon. That this Open Society Foundation or something like that, they may have more than one funding Bangladesh for, I don't know, for now. Nothing is permanent again in their relations. This is a narrative. No one knows what's happening. It is it's news that Muhammad Yunus met Alexander Soros, son of George Soros. Anyway, this is what people do. I don't know what kind of enjoyment they get doing this kind of things. If what we hear in the news is true, I don't know. Rather, no one knows that they are very interested in disturbing societies, whatever may be the criteria. No one knows. Anyway, things happening around it is not very pleasant. Then another thing is that what will happen to Bangladesh? What will happen to Bangladesh as a political unity, as a political existence, as the kind of democracy or Jamaat-e-Islami is playing their tune, and this former Prime Minister is trying to stage a comeback or something, and the political parties of both the BNP, Awami League, etc., they are trying to come back to power, maybe through elections or something. But then who will conduct elections there? Will Yunus say yes to elections? He can't say, because the moment he declares election, he shall be out from the seat which he just gotten for free without doing any work. And other people just wanted to sit him there on the seat, maybe for their own interests and purposes, which of course he will oblige them. And there's so many things happening. But then unfortunately this happens right under our nose. A neighbor of Bharat, and just all kind of disturbance. They say a lot of things, but then first, like Lahoris, they're very loud, say so a lot of things. But then we know to what extent this saying can be materialized. So very kind of very flexible and unknown situations. Jamaat-e-Islami, they in their great futuristic sides to things, and of course they do such things wherever they are in power. They never, Jamaat Islam was never in rule, but wherever their counterparts are in rule, they all used to make a mess of things, which they are already doing. Bangladesh within this short time itself has become really a mess beyond redemption. Or even if there is any attempt at redemption, it takes longer time. So the open society foundation, the deep state, the money play. I don't know why people are doing this. You also can sit down and wonder what makes them do this, and why do they do this. And materialism, being materialist is not a sin. One has to be materialist for one's own existence and subsistence, but then beyond that, when it goes into a kind of craze, this is what we see things around. So we shall meet again with some authority in some time. Till then, Namaste, Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.